We got some newlywed. We got a newlywed in the chat room. Oh, it's all beautiful. 1 year, 8 months. Oh, man. That's beautiful. I remember newlyweddom, being a newlywed. I think I just made up a new word. I remember being a newlywed. I could do that. Wendy writes, I would love to be married again, but will not do the live-in again. Okay. So you considered yourself married then, even though you didn't get married. It was kind of like a common law marriage. I mean, I can see that. I mean, you can live together with somebody for so long that it's kind of like, hey, that's my lady. That's my wife. But I'm just here to tell you, in American society, there is a big difference from a man's perspective between living together, hey, that's just my wife because I say it is, and legally going before the law, going before God, again, if you believe that, and going before your family and friends and making that commitment with one another. It is a huge difference. It's a huge difference. It's a difference in the way you feel about your commitment. It's a huge difference. I'm telling you, I had a girlfriend. We dated for 5 years, never got married. And I did what I did, you know what I'm saying? I was in my early 20s. I was at UC, the University of Cincinnati. You know, asking me to be faithful when I'm 19, you might as well ask the sun to go cold. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. That's just a male mind. And, you know, in my early 20s, in college, I was doing what a lot of dudes was doing. Okay, what dudes is doing now. I had my main lady over here, and I made sure she was monogamous and faithful, and I was doing whatever the hell I wanted to do. And we weren't married. She wasn't my wife. She didn't get married. We had a commitment, but, you know, be honest with you, it was on some double standard type stuff. But I was younger then. I was playing those games. I'm just telling you the honest thoughts of a male. That's a male brain, being honest with you. That's how some men move. I think as men get older and you go through all that, you know, you want to move on to something different. You know, some men want to move on to a deeper emotional relationship. And some men stay the same. I ain't here to judge you. I'm just being honest with you about it. Corey writes 7 for me, and it certainly takes work. But in order to make it work, you have to be fully invested. Fully invested. I like that term, fully invested. Yeah. And see, marriage, that legal definition marriage, that makes a man be fully invested. Ladies, listen to me. That's what makes a man, some men, because not every man's the same. Some dudes don't care. There's some dudes that get married, smile in your face, they cheating the whole time, okay? You'll have to figure that out for yourself. But fully invested. You know, when you get married as a man, you go before God, you go before your family, you go before, in our case, we went before the mayor of Forest Park. That's who married us many years ago. Okay, you go before these officials, and you look that woman in the eyes, and she got tears in her eyes. You having that moment, that makes you fully invested. Period. Every man knows that. Some men just try to lie about it. Rhonda writes 15 years here, and you're right. Yeah, that's deep. 15 years with another human being? Are you kidding me? I'll be honest with you, and we laugh about it all the time. For the first couple of years, I would turn to my wife and be like, not first couple of months, I'd turn to my wife and be like, damn, you still here. You ain't never leaving. And I go into the bedroom, and she got clothes in the closet, shoes in the closet. I'm like, wait a minute, she actually's here. She's not leaving. Ain't no one night stand, wham, bam, thank you, man, and she gone, and you got the house to yourself. She there all the time. And I'm sure she felt the same way. It is a big adjustment. A big adjustment. Listen, folks, thank you for listening to the Nathan Ivey Show, Nathan Ivey Online. I wanted to spend more time with you on a Friday and to see how it goes, to see if we can continue our conversation. I really appreciate you. Bigger and better things are in front of this coming forward for next week. I really appreciate you. People are chiming in. Tracy says 16 years. So you got married. That's right, Tracy. I know that. You got married the same way, the same year we did. John writes 24 years, same woman, dated for 10. Wait. John, you telling me you've been with this woman for 34 years, man? That is, man, listen, write a book, John, so the rest of us can follow. Gwenda writes 24 years here, Nate. You're silly but true. 24 years? Brent writes, I don't want to state in my personal business, I'm not being misogynistic or being patriarchal. You are fully committed as a result of your integrity. fully, yeah, but what's the symbol of your full commitment? That's my thing. From a man, the symbol of that full commitment typically is that ring. That's what says to a lady that I 100% want to be with you. Other than that, we just living together, and I can do whatever I want to do behind your back. And I'm telling you, a lot of dudes do that. I ain't trying to out nobody because, hey, I'm a man. I got to keep the man code to some degree, but I'm just being real with you. Shauna writes, coming up on 30 years. That is big. 30 years? How did you do it? I mean, I'm 16 years in. For me to get where you are, Shauna, I got to go another 14 years, man. That is huge. So, Shauna, I know you know then. See, if you've been married for a long time, you already know what I'm telling you is true. There's a big difference between just shacking up, living together. You don't have any marriage. There's nothing legally binding you together. And actually taking that step together. It is huge. It's huge. Now, if everything was equal and everybody was perfect and everybody was mature, then maybe you wouldn't have to take these kind of steps and these kind of legal entanglements called marriage. But everyone's not all those great things, and we all know it. Mary writes, yes, Brent, I agree. I don't need a ring to have integrity. Yeah, most women don't need that, Mary. But the point I'm telling you is that most men do. You know, the symbol for most men that they are all in is that ring, period. Nobody can argue against it. I'm surprised that people are trying to argue against that. To me, it's quite obvious. It's very, very quite obvious. If you're just tuning in and you missed any of my exclusive conversations from yesterday's press conference, I got a chance to talk with Tracy Hunter. I played that earlier. And also got a chance to talk with Cecil Thomas, and he was breaking down exactly what went on. I want to play that for you again real quick because I'm noticing more people are joining us. Check this out.
We were able to get a motion passed in the courtroom to look at 2 computers, those handled by her case manager. First thing the person does is go in and ask to see the first computer, which was on the 8th floor of the juvenile court. Well, lo and behold, they found out the computer hard drive had been wiped clean, and the computer was sold. In December of 2013, 1 month before they charged Judge Hunter. Now, they went to the grand jury with all of this information, but the computer evidence is gone.
Right. Is there a cause and effect relationship between what her computer forensic specialist found out and then the dropping of a lot of the charges?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. They never anticipated us coming in the courtroom a week before the trial was to start to say, Judge, we want a motion to dismiss these charges because the evidence has been destroyed that related to the 4 charges of backdating. So we were ready to go to trial the next week, which was the 19th, and they abruptly dropped the charges. All 9 charges, using the excuse, well, we got 1 conviction and we think we've done what we wanted to do. Well, why did you spend another year or so preparing for another trial
with all these charges,
and all this money that you didn't charge the taxpayers again to just abruptly all of a sudden come up with this change of heart? No, they had to change of heart because they got caught with their pants down.
Right. So what's the next step?
Well, we are gonna we've already moved forward with pursuing a Justice Department investigation into the entire process. Hopefully,
how you doing?
The outcome of that investigation would be determine next steps. Somebody should be held accountable. That's inexcusable. They had the prosecutor's office. They have a responsibility to preserve all evidence, to protect those evidence. And if you're going to charge somebody and destroy the evidence even before the trial starts, we got a problem.
Right. Well, Cecil Thomas, thanks for your time.
Okay.
And my endeavor is to give you more of that. I want to be on the spot when things are breaking and things are happening here in Cincinnati. That is my endeavor, and that's what I want to provide to you on this platform. Next week, by Monday, and again, I really want to thank you for all being patient with me. I'm going to go until 9 a.m. this morning. Why not? It's a Friday. You know what I'm saying? I run this. We can go as far as we want to. And, you know, if you support me, I support you. But I want to give you a heads up. By Monday, and maybe as early as Sunday, the website will be operational. It has been a learning process. It really has been. And I'm so grateful. I tell everybody around me, all my friends, my wife, you know, you should always be learning. And as soon as I left my old job, I took like a week off just to chill. I told everybody, you know, I had worked there for 10 plus years, man, and it was like leaving a relationship. And you know me, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So I just had to take some time to unplug and figure out what I wanted to do. And I'll be honest with you, man, I got inundated with a lot of love. And, you know, if not for the way things went down, I never would have known that. So I'm appreciative of the circumstances, and I want to capitalize off of everything that's happened in the last, you know, 10 plus years or so, and continue with building a new media platform that's based primarily in the city, but has the potential to have an impact across the globe and really across the country. Next week, again, the website should be operational. I'm saying Monday. It might be earlier than that. If we're connected on Facebook, then I'll post it and you can check it out. Tell me what you think. And again, that'll just be another step in the direction that I would like to take this. And again, it's all possible because of you. And I want to say I really appreciate you. But I'm here with you now. I want to go until 9 a.m. this morning. Why not? Let's keep going. Ain't nobody. Cincinnati morning radio was boring as hell. You know, since I left my old job, what are you listening to? Nothing there. So at least we can have some time together and create something new and change and share information. What I really love about this platform is that not only can you interact with me, but we can interact together. You can interact amongst yourselves, which gives us the opportunity to invite people into the chat room. And while they may not be on the air, they can still interact with you. You can ask them questions. You can share links. That's what I really love about it. You can share links. So if there's information that you want people to see or you want me to see it, I can actually send me a link. I can press on it from my studio and I can check it out. Okay. I can send you links as well. So I'm really appreciative of this opportunity for us to spend time together here. And I want to push forward. And as usual, typical me, I won't say I'm all over the place, but there's a lot of things going on. And my style hasn't changed. I like to talk about everything. I don't want to just talk about politics, although politics are very, very serious. And politics was front and center last night at the great GOP debate. And if you missed any of it, here's just a little bit of it. It got hot and heated. And this is, again, Trump and Rubio going at it. It was great political theater. All of the polls this morning are saying that Trump is still in the lead. Now, let me give you the backstory that's under the hood. And you only know this if you're doing a lot of reading in the right places on the internet. Most of the Republican polls, most of the polls that are out there, and I'll take that back, not the Republican polls, but a lot of the polls that are out there are saying that Donald Trump has a very unfavorable, right? Many Americans have a very unfavorable opinion about Donald Trump. See, there's a difference between the type of people that go to the primaries, New Hampshire, Iowa, South Carolina, Nevada. They are not necessarily reflective, okay? Those are just people who identify as Republicans in those particular states. They are not necessarily reflective of the general electorate. Okay, just because Trump is leading among primary voters, and you got to understand, the kind of person that comes out for a primary is different than your casual voter, much different. So the fact that right now they are supporting Donald Trump does not mean it's going to automatically translate into a win against whoever the Democrat nominee is. In fact, from what I'm reading, this is deep inside, you know, we'll say Republican sources, I'll put it that way, is that the Republican establishment does not believe that Donald Trump can actually beat Hillary Clinton. And they're saying that because of the poll numbers, ladies and gentlemen, because of the poll numbers. So we could have a scenario where Donald Trump wins in a landslide and becomes a Republican nominee, and then he gets into the general election against Hillary or Bernie Sanders and lays a complete egg. If you believe the poll numbers, and let me stop you right here. People say, well, I don't believe these polls. I have a degree in political science from the University of Cincinnati. I spent many, many hours in classes with political scientists who were teaching us about the science behind polling. I'm here to tell you that